lift them.
And it is the youth and Vivekananda, not old and
So
young.
that's what they felt, those who were felt youth.
No, that is what exactly Kiran Bedi, she was telling. We are just made of what we think. We just feel whatever we just see with our own mind. We give some kind of interpretation. There is somewhere, I think it is very well now told by Vivekananda. When we don't know what we are afraid of everything. I just tell you one small anecdote. So one person has come to a sage, very greatest personality, a man known for wisdom. He came and he told that person that you are none other than a god. After some time, another person has come. He said, you are a criminal. When the first person said you are none other than a god, he said you are right. When the second person said you are a criminal, he said you are right. The people around, they got confused. And even for that matter, the very first person who said you are a god, he was very much confused. What is this? And when I said God is, he said you are right. When he said you are a criminal, for him again he is telling, yes, I am a criminal. What is this? He asked him, how do you say, why you are accepting that you are a criminal? Why do you say that you are a God at the same time you are a criminal? He said, both are right. I don't say that you are wrong or other person is right or other way around. You both are right. Even if 1,000 people comes and say something, they are all right. Ultimately what he told is, it is your opinion. You have just formed an opinion. You are telling about yourself, you are not telling about me. When you said you are a God, you are not telling about me, you are telling about yourself. That is your mind, that is your opinion. So you say you are a God. So that is what Swami Vivekananda advocated very strongly. Try to know yourself, who you are. For what purpose you have come to this world. Forget about the religion. He is the irreligious person. I don't say if somebody says that Swami Vivekananda is a religious person. He is irreligious person. A religious person cannot think with freedom. If somebody says that I am truly the religious person, whatever is there in the text, in total will implement it. There won't be any freedom of thought. But he is a person with freedom of thought. He has condemned some of the practices that are there in Hinduism. He has condemned some of the practices that are there in Christianity, even in the, what you call it as our Muslim religion, Islam. Right? He, in fact, frankly said, when somebody asked him, you are advocating about the God, you are telling about the God, did you see the God? Without any hesitation, he said, yes, I have seen the God. When I am able to see you, why can't I see the God? He said, everyone is a God. I am a God, you are a God. If you are able to look into yourself, ultimately you will be able to see even the God in everything, not only in human beings, even in the blade of grass, it is possible for you to see. It all depends how you live it. Live your life. That is what now Swami Vivekananda lived very short time. Maybe about 40 years, now less than 40 years or so. 38 years exactly. But he has lived thousands of years. This is what again I will tell you one famous philosopher, when somebody asked him, what is your age? He was about just 50 or 55 or 60 years old. He said, I am 600 years old. The reason is, though I lived only 50 5 years, but the intensity with which I lived my 55 years of life is equivalent to 600 years of a life of a ordinary person who leads a very ordinary life, in the sense with very low intensity. So the life, the intensity with which he lived for 38 years, certainly it will be equivalent to thousands and thousands of years. So he was a youth, he is youth, he is going to be a youth, and he will be remembered forever for many generations, not only the people in the Indian subcontinent, even throughout the world. And he has dealt with, even when he was addressing the youth, particularly he said, be a master, don't be a slave. Only a master can use his freedom. Nobody can give the freedom. It is up to you to take the freedom. So live like a master, don't live like a slave. Same time, he also said, don't do a donkey job. In the sense, when the donkey carries a load, whether the load is a ordinary wood or even sandalwood, it doesn't make much difference for it. It doesn't realize the variation in the fragrance. So don't do the donkey job at all. In the sense, whatever work you do, even if you commit a murder, commit with the devotion, with the meditative mode, meditative mind. That is what now morning itself, when I was just now seeing the observation of one of my students, the moment I looked at it, I asked him, did you copy? He was so honest, yes sir, I copied. I just asked him, when your friend is able to do that one, why can't you? He is so mechanical, but his friend is doing it with devotion. So that is the difference. His friend is able to experience it, but he is not experiencing. So don't be mechanical. Whatever you do with devotion. Do with meditative mood or meditative mind. Automatically, success comes in search of you. You need not search for the success. Success comes to you. That is what Vivekananda told when somebody asked, you have a very big vision, very big task ahead of you. Where is money for you? I am not bothered about money. When I start searching for money, the money won't come to me. Let the money follow me. That is what happened really. Ultimately, so much of money has flowed to Swami Vivekananda, he could able to do something for the mankind. So this was, in fact, the Swami Vivekananda's thoughts, they are very much suitable, very much practicable, not only in scientific field, even in management. His management thoughts, the thoughts of Vivekananda are very much suitable even for the present day information era. So we had the industrial era, we have knowledge era, now we are in information era. Whatever management practices that has been used earlier, now they are no way relevant. But if we just truly follow the Vivekananda's the doctrines, they are very much suitable even for today's generation, even for the future also. This is what, now in fact, I don't know much about, to be frank, just 10 years back, I don't know much about Vivekananda. I heard about Vivekananda, but I never knew much about the Vivekananda. It is only a student made me to get more and more interest in Vivekananda's thoughts. In fact, the book presented by my own student, it is there with me even now. And from that point onwards, whenever there was an opportunity, I used to buy the books, books of Swami Vivekananda, and every sentence worth millions and millions of dollars, if we are able to put it into practice and if we are able to understand what it is. That's what now it has come in the screen also. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. I don't know how many of us really know the meaning of it. The simple meaning is from dark to light. but the inner meaning is totally different. If you are able to know the inner meaning, you will really surprise and how relevant it is to the present generation, particularly for the youth to come up in their life. So I think it is very much informal. I don't want to thank and all that, but I appeal to the youth, whatever you do, just raise 3 questions. Why, what, and how. Ultimately, you will be able to reach the destination. Thank you very much.